And now I am. All right, guys. So as you can see, Allie Darr is our little guest speaker tonight. She is a three-star diamond coach. She started in March of 2014, about 2 months after I did. She's a big mom of 4 boys, and she stays home with them. So I just want you guys to hear from her on how she has been so successful. Go for it.
All right. Thank you, Jenny, for having me so much.
Can you go on mute, please?
Everybody muted? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. I see a couple of you. Jenny, can you hear me? Thumbs up. Yay, nay?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, cool. Okay. So tonight I'm going to talk about two things. The first thing I'm going to talk about is being real, and then the second thing I'm going to talk about is time management. So the biggest thing for my business is being real, and I know we talk about it all the time in Fit Couture, and I'm sure Jenny talks about it a lot too. But what your customers and what your social media fans want to see is you being real. When they hear that you're a coach, sometimes people think that coaches means that you're perfect and all you're doing is eating salads all day and working out all day long. And that's not true. So it's very, very important to show that there's more sides to you just than Beachbody. Can you guys hear me? Because you guys are totally frozen on my screen.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yep. Okay, good. Your face is literally frozen in this creepy.
Yeah, it's frozen on my end too, but I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure. Okay, so being real. I want you guys, or Jenny can tell you, I want you guys to share your journey, share your ups and downs as a coach. I know that people relate really well to me because I will talk about how I still like Starbucks, how I still like eating chocolate and cupcakes and pizza and all that stuff, because they think that the only way to be healthy is to eat perfectly 24/7. And that's not the case. So you have got to show them that you can also have treats and cake and, you know, live it up a few times a month and still be healthy and look amazing. Share your messy lives. I am a mom of 4. So something that I really try to touch on for my niche market is moms of multiple kids. Just sharing like my messy kitchen, my piles of laundry, my kids crawling all over me when I'm working out. It relates to people, and people like seeing that. They like seeing that your house is a mess and that you don't have it all together, because honestly, nobody has it together. Also, share interests that you have. I'm sure Jenny tells you guys to focus on other things than Beachbody. You should really focus on the 80-20 rule, which is 80%, sorry, I'm clicking on something for my team. 80% your life, your interests, foods you like, things you do with your kids, vacation, stuff like that, and then 20% Beachbody. I have a friend who, sadly, she's older, she's like my mom's age, but she just signed up for Plexus, and her whole entire page is Plexus ads. I'm talking like one after the next, and the next. And it's like, no, like, don't do that. Do not be that person. Make yourself personable and really just roll with who you are and really let it show. One thing I like to relate this business to is reality TV. Think about how popular reality TV is. I love the Real the Housewives because I like seeing that they aren't perfect and that they don't have their stuff together. And the thing is, we don't have cameras following us around each day. So we have to take pictures of our lives and broadcast that on social media. So people can see. Can you hear me, Jenny?
Yes, sorry.
Okay. You have to broadcast that. Since we don't have cameras following us around, people have no idea what we're doing. Like yesterday, I just tried the new Energize, and I guarantee nobody on my friends list knows that the new performance line even exists. So I took a picture of it because if I don't tell them, nobody else is going to. So you have got to think outside the box. Nobody's watching you from outside your windows, stalking you. So you have got to share the ins and the outs of everyday life. And I promise when people see that you also struggle and that they can relate to you and you've been in their shoes, your business is going to grow tremendously. And those relationships are going to grow. Not everybody wants to talk about fitness. So please reach out and Focus on other aspects of your life. Let me see. Also, this is huge. Think about every time you post. Every time you post is so freaking important because people are watching you all day long. So when you go to type a post, and sometimes I go back and delete when I read what I'm posting because I think, is this useful? Is this going to help somebody? And if it's not, you really don't need to post it. Like some days, my husband is a total jerk, and if I were to post that, how's that useful to anybody? Like, it's not going to help anybody else's life for me to complain about mine. So just really keep yourself in check and make sure that everything you're sharing on your social media is useful and helpful to other people. So when you guys go to post something, just think in your mind, is this going to help somebody or is this useful? And I promise it's going to help you guys to make sure your posts will really resonate with people.
Guys, just make sure you're on mute, please.
Another thing. Are we good? Can everybody hear me? Everybody's frozen on my screen.
Somebody's not on mute, so I'm just asking them to put on mute.
Mute it. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, the next thing is remember why you started. We all have this huge burning passion the second we start this business, and I feel like it gets lost like in week 2. So remember your passion and your love for this, and just put that into every single post you make. So when you're going to go bitch about your husband, think about, like, that has nothing to do with my business. That's not going to help me grow, and that's not going to help me reach the people that I want to reach. So think about it that way. Remember why you started and use that passion in every single post you make. Every single post you make is so freaking important because I always tell my team, think about it. You are running a business on your social media page. Think about you having a storefront in your downtown. Would you post something on the windows of your storefront that says, my husband's a jerk? Like, no. Like, it's hard not to think that you could just say whatever you want on social media, but you have to remember at the same time, this is a business and people take you as a business. They take you as a person, but you're also trying to run a business. So you have to play both sides. You can't just be bitching and moaning about God knows what, because at the same time, you are still running a business, and it's so important to just what you're selling, posting it on the outside of your store. Think about that every single time you post. One huge thing and one huge aspect that I talk about is being vulnerable. I have shared that I've had miscarriages and went through postpartum depression, and I can't tell you how many people I related to by just laying it all out on the table. I've made shitty time in my life that I couldn't find anything to read. So I wanted to just put it all out there, and I can't tell you how many people have reached out to me, whatnot. So, I mean, try to be as vulnerable as you can be while being comfortable. But I can tell you every time I've shared something personal of mine, it's always just made me feel so much better. People just want to see that you're not just have their crap together, and we don't have perfect lives at all. So please show the messy sides of your life and be vulnerable as possible. Another thing is choose not to be discouraged. Jenny and I were talking today about returns. We both had returns this week, and they suck. They really, really suck, and they put you negative. And I went back to 0 on Success Club, and usually it would get in my mind, and I would be pissed off and let it affect me. But there's nothing I can do about it. I can't control if somebody returns something. The only thing I can control is how I forward in my business and have to keep trudging. People can feel negative vibes, and you guys don't want to attract negative people. They say your vibe attracts your tribe, and it's so true. If you put out negativity, you're going to get negativity. So make sure that even if you're having a rough day, just try to turn it around, do some personal development, and really just try to be as positive as possible, because people can feel your passion and they can also feel negativity. So please try to, push it aside, talk to somebody about it if you're frustrated, talk to Jenny, talk to one of your best friends. But please don't talk on social media about it. What else do I have to say? So Beachbody we are like given this huge opportunity to just blow this business out of the water. There are so many tools and tips, and you can just run with it at whatever pace you want, and you can do incredible things. I'm seriously just blown away by what has happened in the past couple months for me personally. So just remember, you have something so special within your hands. We have programs that change people's lives. We're not just putting a Band-Aid on being healthy. We are giving them solutions, lifelong solutions to be healthier. So just remember how powerful you guys really are. Never forget that. We're not selling wraps or crap pills. We're selling health. So remember, and be strong in what you say about our company, because this is a very good company. And most people think it's just a scam or a pyramid scheme, and it's not. Like, we are actually trying to fight obesity, and keep that in mind because it's just so powerful. I also like to keep in mind, remember why you started coaching. I know I said it, but you didn't decide just one day to become a coach. You watched, you either watched Jenny or your upline coach. You watched them. I'm guessing the first I'm hiring post, you guys didn't just jump on. You sat back and you watched her work her ass off, and you watched her get results, and you watched her be successful before you even jumped on the train with her. And maybe some of you jumped on day one because you love her. But remember, you were once in those shoes waiting back to say, hey, I want to know what you're doing, or hey, I want to join a challenge group. Just remember that it takes time to build those relationships. And if somebody says no, it's not the end of the road, you guys. You're planting a seed, and it's going to grow. And I promise, the more you're consistent and the more passion you show over a long period of time, the more successful you're going to be. So please, you guys, just be as real as you can, share as much as you can, and just be consistent. Before I start the next part, can you still hear me, Jenny?
I can, as I'm drinking my wine.
I can't see anything. Literally, you guys are all frozen. So
yeah.
all I see is
everybody's frozen, and you guys are
frozen. It's so awkward.
Maybe it's better that way.
I don't know. I don't really like seeing myself move, and you guys are all staring at me in weird faces.
The only one I see moving is you.
Okay, that's so weird. The second thing I'm going to talk about is time management. As Jenny said, I have 4 kids, and they are 6, almost 5, 3, and 1. So my life is a little bit crazy. And when I started this business, it was when my youngest, baby number 4, was 6 weeks old. And I had a photography business at the same time. So even doing this was pretty crazy on my part. My husband thought I was insane. But with this business, I was able to stop photography, which had me away from my kids and husband every single weekend. So this has been a huge blessing. But anyways, I am not at all an organized person. I've tried lists and, buying cute notebooks and planners, and I've tried everything. And it wasn't until this past April, I went to Cancun with Beachbody, and I was talking to other coaches about how they stay organized, and I felt like such an idiot because I didn't really have any input, because I'm just like flying by the seat of my pants trying to check emails whenever I can. And I listened to them because I needed help. I needed some big help. And they told me the takeaway that I really did get was using Google Calendar. It's an app, and it's also on your computer. It's linked to your Gmail. And I started using Google Calendar, and they also told me to wake up earlier. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I barely sleep as is. But you know what? When I got home from Cancun, I gave it a shot, and I got on Google Calendars, and I started typing in all the things I wanted to do for my days. I wanted to do my power hour. I wanted to work out. I kept missing Shakeology, so I put that early in my day. And then I also had to remember that I was still a mom and still a wife. Clean my house. I had to do normal stuff like that. I had to get my kids ready for school. I had to pack lunches. I had to do a whole crap ton of stuff. So I started on the Google Calendar, and I started putting stuff into time slots. And I realized oh my God, I don't have enough time in the day to do this. So I had to wake up earlier. And it's really not as bad as it sounds, you guys. So now I wake up at about 6. My kids sleep in, so you guys might not think that's early, but for me it's super early. And I do my workout and I do my power hour in the morning, and I do my emails. And at the end of the night, I do all my stuff, and I can show you guys. I can send Jenny my rundown of what I do each day. But at the end of the night, at like 7 o'clock, which obviously right now I'm on with you guys, but at 7 o'clock, I leave my phone downstairs in our kitchen and I charge it. And I don't touch it till the next morning, because I used to spend so much time answering people's questions the second they would ask me. And it literally sucked the life out of me, you guys. Answering people, just, you know, I bet you guys do it. You answer them right away. You don't want them to think you're not on top of your game. And trust me, you guys, they can wait 12 hours to hear from you. It's not a big deal. You have a life. So I put my phone away at night. In the morning, I wake up and I answer everybody back because I'm fresh. At the end of the day, you're freaking exhausted and tired and you can't give it your all. So think about putting your phone away and just walking away at night, and then the next morning starting refreshed. I was totally working harder than I needed to the first year of my business, and it shows because my business has grown. Like, my checks have quadrupled since I started doing a schedule on Google Apps. And the cool thing about the calendar app is that it sends you an email. It's like 30 minutes before your next activity is going to start, and then right at the time the activity starts. So I will be doing my emails, and an email will pop up and say, get your kids ready for school. And I know I have a half hour to wrap up my emails and get started on the next thing. So it's just so much easier to keep everything contained. And I spent that whole first year of coaching here just being totally frazzled and just out of my mind. Like, you guys know how stressful it is to answer people and, you know, do all that stuff. So if you can simplify it, Google Calendar app is amazing. You can color coordinate it. You can put everything you want in. Like on Mondays, I do the toy room, and then I do bathrooms on Tuesday. It's just really helped, and my husband's like so much happier because, but just get some sort of plan, you guys, because if you work smarter, it just blows your business up. So please, please, please get some time management in, and don't answer people right away. If you guys have a schedule set aside that you know you're going to answer them the next morning, it's not a big deal. And if you have office hours set aside, it's so much easier to see an email pop up and say, it's fine, I'll answer it tomorrow. So please, please get it organized as you can. And that's how I went from Diamond to 3-star in a couple months. Started really dialing in and getting guys. Do you guys have any?
Hold on, you're cutting out a little bit. Did you ask if anybody had questions?
Yeah.
Sorry, we missed the last part. You went from Diamond to 3-star in how many months?
Like 3 months.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, it was all because I started actually having a schedule.
Yeah, the schedule helps huge. I have a quick question that I'm sure everybody else would want to know too. How much has your volume kind of increased in the last couple of months since you've kind of, you know, set that schedule and all of that?
Oh my God, it's huge. I mean, I was cycling maybe 10 times a week, and now I'm at like 60 to 70.
That's
so
awesome.
If you guys do the math, that's freaking huge. Yeah. I mean, it's huge. So please get a schedule.
Definitely. Does anybody want to ask?
Does anybody else have questions?
Go ahead. Anybody? Andrea, I know you have a question. Anyone? Rachel?
Anybody?
I have questions. I'll keep asking them. No? Nobody wants to ask anything? Don't be shy, guys.
You guys seriously, don't be shy.
I know how everybody doesn't want to be the first one to ask a question.
I have one. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought I was frozen. Allie, you may have touched on this, but how long did it take you from when you started to where you are now?
I started in, hold on, update just came up on my computer, postpone. I started in March, and March of 2014, and I went diamond like 6 months in, but it was really not a good situation. I had coaches who weren't very strong, so I kept dropping. So something I tell my coaches all the time is look for quality coaches. You want to build your coaches as strong as possible from the day they sign up, and training is so freaking important. And that was something I was missing because all my mindset was just on getting that diamond, but you really have to go into those coaches. So I went diamond like 6 months in, and then I went 1-star like April, May, and then I went 2-star a little bit after that, and then 3-star just recently.
That's
So,
awesome.
I mean, it was, yeah, I mean, you guys, you can do anything with this business, and I think people just get so scared, but if you guys just reach out and ask questions, the worst thing people can say is no, and the more you ask and you get no's, the more comfortable you are, because who really cares if somebody says no? You're at least planting that seed and asking and branching out as much as possible, and they're gonna start watching you a little bit because they're gonna be curious about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Allie.
Anybody else?
I
You're
have a
welcome.
question. I have a question.
Okay, go ahead, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi, Allie. How many coaches, like working coaches, do you add per month? Or like basically, what is your goal to add certain coaches every month?
My goal is to add 5 coaches a month. It used to be just to add 1 or 2, but now I've just realized, like, what the hell? Why don't I just try for more? You can always shoot for more, and then when you get less, it's not a big deal. So I really aim for 5 each month. And I know that sounds like a lot, or maybe not a lot, but it just really helps because then I know my Success Club points are covered and all that jazz. So I try to add like 10 into the intro to coaching group, and then usually like half will hopefully join. So I just shoot for 5.
Melissa DeVito has a question.
Anybody else?
Yep, Melissa, go ahead.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Do you find most of your people on Instagram or Facebook?
I would say Instagram. I don't know. Instagram has been a really good thing for me lately. But what I do is, it's not like they just come to me right off Instagram. What I do is I always post our free groups to Instagram, and I try to pull them over to Facebook. And that's where they can really see who I am and what I do. And that's where we create that new level of relationship. Because I feel like on Instagram, you don't really have a real relationship with somebody. You're just liking their pictures or the heart or whatever it is. So I really try to post all my free groups onto Instagram to try to pull them into Facebook, and then I seal the deal on Facebook. I really do think Facebook is where it's at. So if you can pull people from Instagram over to Facebook, that is your best bet to really draw them in and seal the deal.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
All right, I have a quick question. How many active working coaches do you have?
I think I have like 40 some coaches, and most of them are working-ish.
I know.
Yeah. So, I mean, some people just sell one thing a month. But then I would say, like, my really go-getter coaches, I probably have 5 to 6. So it's just all about building that confidence within your new coaches and training them right. Because if you don't train them right, they are like a deer in headlights.
Yeah.
So the second you sponsor a coach, you're a leader, you guys. And I know you might feel like you're brand new and you're sponsoring a coach, but you're in charge of that person and they look up to you. So just pretend you know your crap. Even if you don't know it, ask Jenny the questions and then relay it back to them. They don't have
Google
No,
too.
no.
Google knows all.
Google. Yes, Google is my best friend.
Yep.
Every time my team asks me the link to live chat, I have to go to Google. Like, I don't know it. Like, yeah. So you're a leader the second you sign a coach, and you guys can do this. If I can do this with my psychotic life, you guys can do this. And just believe in yourself and dig into personal development and read as many books as you can. When I'm feeling like a little bit off, I'll just go on Pinterest and look up inspirational quotes, and I'll just read through them and kind of just internalize them all. And that just gets me hyped up and more excited for my day, because you're in control of how you act and how you take your day. And you just have so much power. You guys have so much more power than you know. So just try to be positive and convey that. And you guys are going to pull in awesome people. The more positive you give out, the more positive you get back.
Just got to believe in yourselves.
You guys got this.
Yeah. Anybody else have a question? Or we have plenty of time left here. So if, Melissa, you have any more? Anybody?
Sure, I can ask more.
Jennifer, you have a question? Oh, go ahead, Melissa.
Oh, Allie, do you search like certain hashtags on Instagram?
Oh my God, I don't hashtag anything. I do sometimes, like I'll write like mom life, but
Yeah.
I found that when I do hashtags, all it brings up is crap. Like, I feel like all the other companies that are looking for people are searching those same hashtags. So what we've done is we'll just, like my coach, Jackie, she's really awesome at Instagram. She'll take a picture of like her daughter and she'll tag like the clothing she's wearing, or like she was playing with turtles one day, so she hashtagged turtles. You got to think outside the box, because it works and plexus people, they're looking for the easy targets like fit mom and fitness. So really think outside of the box when you're putting hashtags, and don't put the common ones. Search for other ones. And another thing on Instagram that I like to do is look at like clothing companies and find people that way, or like household stuff like Pottery Barn and just stuff like that. Search through those followers, people who follow that, and you're going to find a better person than searching for fitness people. Like, the fitness people all follow the same people. So really think outside of the box when you're doing hashtags. That's like my biggest advice for that.
Yeah.
Cool, thank you.
I'm terrible at hashtags, so that helps.
I know, they suck.
I suck at Instagram personally, so.
No, it's so confusing, and like, yeah, it's just a whole nother world. But if you can pull them over to Facebook, you guys got this.
Yeah,
like, Facebook is awesome.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Does anybody else?
Question? Nobody?
I have a question.
Shoot, Jennifer.
Okay. I'm sorry. It's actually two questions.
That's okay.
The one is, how do you get your coaches like really pumped up or, excited to get involved? I feel like, the first couple weeks, everyone's so pumped up, they want to get involved. And then, they notice that it takes a little bit of time to get people on, and then they just kind of, take a step back from it and interested. How do you keep people involved and focused?
Good question.
So you really got to babysit them. I'm not. The first month you've got to babysit. Okay, we have 10 minutes left. But my biggest thing, I used to just toss them in the Fit Couture training. But I don't remember what it was. It used to be super long. So I simplified mine down to 10 days. And when I send them their welcome email, all I do is that 10-day training group, and I make them go through it at their own pace. And then I say, hey, when you're done, we'll have a call. So I will go over any questions that they have, and we'll just talk through it. And then I will add them to my team page, and then I'll let them kind of feel their way out, because you guys know it's so intimidating to get tossed into those groups. I don't know how Jenny does it, but it's just when I got tossed into all the Fit Couture groups and there were like thousands of people, I literally wanted to run and hide. So you just have to remember how you felt when you were a new coach. Try to have that call with them. That call has been amazing, and I just started doing it the last couple months. It has been awesome because you get that one-on-one connection with them, and you could help them because they're so hesitant at the beginning. Because like you said, yeah, they're all gung-ho, and then when they realize they make that one post and nobody comments, they get all freaked out. But you just got to tell them it takes time, it's consistency, and you just have to, a couple months, sail under their belt, and they're going to start feeling a lot better. Or encourage them to do a free challenge group. That'll give them their footing a little bit, and just support them as best you can. Anybody else?
What was the second part, Jennifer?
One more, I'm sorry. What do you recommend for a personal development group? Because the 10 girls that I have, we all want to read a book together. Do you have any suggestions?
Okay, I just ordered, because I saw other coaches ordering it. It's called Make It Happen. I haven't read it, but I just ordered it today. But the two that I have read, if you haven't read, is Girl Boss and You Are a Badass. Those are both awesome. And another thing for personal development that I suggest is YouTube. Like, I follow Melanie Mitro, and I love Brittany Leggett and Amy Silverman. Follow their stuff. They have so many useful things for new coaches. So I try to even post that to my coaches every couple days or every week. Just something that's going to pump them up. Always keep them as pumped as possible. Let them know that you've been in their shoes and that they can rise above and that they can get to where you are, because it's so scary at the beginning, as you guys know. The more you can relate to them and pump them up. But those are the only books I've read. Oh, I've also read Compound Effect.
Love that
but
one.
it's like so boring.
Oh, I like that one.
You do? I thought it was so boring.
It's boring, but I feel like there was some good parts to it. But The Slight Edge is my favorite, Jennifer.
Ooh, I haven't read that. I want to read that one. But yeah, the Compound Effect, I was just like, I don't know.
It was
good,
good,
though. It was good. Yeah, I just get bored really easily. So there needs to be like something awesome in the book. And Girl Boss is really sassy and funny. So that's an easy read for coaches.
I got to read that one. Anybody else before we sign off? No? All right. Well, thank you so much, Allie. Really appreciate you hopping on. And
Thank you. I hope I helped you.
Totally.
I don't know. I just rambled.
No, you did not ramble at all. You did great. Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys.
You guys want
Thanks
to say
for having
bye?
me.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Now go friend her on Facebook.
I already did.
All right.
I'll add you.
Thanks.